speaking of things that are horrible, sorry, but Antonio Brown has been somewhat horrible over the past few days. Fired by the Patriots on Friday. As of Saturday, 3 teams were interested pending the outcome of the NFL's investigation. As of Sunday, tweet storm, goes after Robert Kraft, goes after Big Ben, says he's done playing in the NFL. Went after Robert Klemko, the guy from SI.com who had the story last week that really was that last domino, that last push that a few days later Antonio's fired by the Patriots. You know, I knew he wasn't going to stay on the high road for long, and I think anybody who's thinking about signing Antonio Brown is watching what he's doing, but still people are going to be seduced by the talent. I think that at some point, unless he's banished for life, which could happen, if the NFL decides that Brittany Taylor is telling an accurate and truthful story about being forcibly raped by Antonio Brown, I think he's banished for life. But something short of that, a suspension, 10 games, 8 games, 6 games, whatever, I'm surprised somebody hasn't signed him to a contract just to secure dibs on him for whenever he's clear, like Washington did last year when they claimed Reuben Foster on waivers, knowing at some point we're going to get the benefit of this guy.
Well, it wasn't a good look for the Redskins at that point, and I think with Antonio Brown right now, you got to be scared, like, what else is going to come out, right? I mean, I think that's the big thing. I just can't imagine anybody would be crazy enough to sign him until some of this stuff gets settled, right, Mike? I mean, to me, that just would be insane. I mean, I would really argue if you're crazier than Antonio Brown if you sign Antonio Brown right now. I mean, I just don't even understand how that could be a thought. You got to let this whole thing flush itself out, figure out where it stands with the NFL, with law officials, whatever it may be. But I wouldn't touch Antonio Brown right now.
But that's the thing. There's no criminal case pending.
Law, yeah, right.
But they interviewed Brittany Taylor last week for 10 hours, and it's impossible to keep this stuff completely quiet. Maybe there's some chatter making the rounds that she's telling a persuasive story, or not. But here's the thing I keep coming back to, and we see it in the impulsive behavior of Antonio Brown. When it's time for him to sit across from a table and be interrogated by someone from the league,
yeah, I hear you, Mike.
He is going to snap at some point.
Yeah, the emotions will get the best of him.
He is not going to be a good witness. He's going to be Colonel Nathan Jessup. You know who that is?
Absolutely not.
Few Good Men.
Right.
Jack Nicholson.
You
bet you're damn right I did.
I did. Order the code red.
At some point, Antonio Brown is going to snap on whoever is asking him questions. And it's unfortunate. I've seen this when I was practicing law. You can have people who are extremely good liars, very persuasive. You can also have people who are horrible truth tellers. And Antonio Brown may be completely innocent, but because of how he is, because of how he's wired, he is not going to be able to sit there and submit, right?
Right.
All of this flows from, and I know that you've defended Mike Tomlin, but Mike Tomlin enabled this guy. Mike Tomlin created this guy by letting him get what he wanted over and over again. And look, I'm on record last week saying when you have a great player, you got to do what it takes to make him happy.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you take it to the extreme.
Yeah, right.
Because he's never heard no. He's never been made accountable. The most accountable anyone ever made him was the Patriots firing him on Friday night, because it's the first time he was fired by a team this year and he didn't want to be.
Right.
So this is going to be tough for him. And when it's time for him to talk to the league, I think it's going to go sideways. And who knows what the league's ultimately going to decide. And like I said, if they decide he raped Brittany Taylor, I think the only appropriate outcome is to ban him for life.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, if that's what happened, and
that's the allegation.
Yeah, I mean, if
they decide that she's telling the truth,
right,
even without a criminal charge,
right,
if they decide we talked to her, we talked to him, we ran down the other evidence, and we think she's telling the truth, he's done.
Out of the fact that they've seen his text this past weekend of him bullying, another person who, of course, just added more fuel to the fire. So I would think so too. If they feel that he did do that, that he would be in deep trouble of never playing ever again.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.